Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go!
Do you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go!
Do you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it from Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes.
Do you think that worked?
Peter Swain, I think we're here because we are exploring the idea of integrity-based human influence. And I think there's some folks here for us to chat with.
I think there might be. Gina, are there some folks here for us to meet?
There are indeed. Our very first participant, guys, is Joseph Benderham from Great Neck, New York. He's the managing director of Forest Hills Financial Group. His strong sense of industry and community keep him actively involved in the National Association of Insurance and Financial Advisors and Young Israel of Great Neck. We are so pleased you're with us today. Please welcome Joseph Benderham to The Real Raw.
Joseph, you're making a big mistake if you don't hire Gina to like walk around you and like hype you up everywhere you go. Because like the only thing she didn't do was have like a boombox with like music pumping in the background like that. If Gina's up for grabs, I would grab her.
Well, thank you, Michael Smikin. Well, what do you say, Joseph Benderham? Welcome to The Real Raw, and thank you for that, Michael.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Joseph, thank
Pleasure
you.
to have
Where are you coming from again today?
Great Neck, Long Island.
Oh, beautiful place. I'm on Long Beach Island. Not kind of the same thing, but at least it's close in name only. And what's your fun facts for today, sir?
So the fun fact is, when I was in high school, I was a 4-sport athlete and captain of the baseball team, won the championship, and had a .523 batting average.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I don't know baseball.
Did anybody know Sean's batting average?
Uh-oh.
Michael, Smike, and I are on the same page. Like, anybody else know Sean's batting average? Because Sean was also captain of the baseball team at Columbia, and if he was here, we'd be having a very long conversation.
Yes. So Joseph, my partner Sean Callaghy, is the only other person I've ever heard that can make a baseball bat make that weird crack sound when they swing it. I didn't know a bat can do that, and I actually heard it when it was about 3 inches away from my head. And we'll talk about that on a different day as to why that was happening. But in all honesty, Bella, I think we may have accidentally summoned Sean Callaghy. He may appear quite like Beetlejuice because when he heard bat and batting average, Sean is fiercely competitive, so he may have to defend whatever his batting average was. But I will tell you this, Joseph, I think in all likelihood, we can summon him faster if we say, I don't think Sean's batting average was as high as yours. That was pretty impressive.
Oh. Okay, that's going to be an interesting dynamic. Joseph, so good to see you. Gina, who do we have next?
Our next participant, Regina Rodriguez from New York, a passionate animal welfare advocate, dog rescuer, volunteer in the space of all things rescuing animals. And she is also an associate attorney specializing in personal injury. Please join me in welcoming Regina Rodriguez to The Real Raw.
How are you?
So we go from,
Regina, welcome.
We go from batting averages to dog welfare. This is why we love The Real Raw, Regina. Thank you so much for being here. And again, where are you coming from?
I'm actually from northern New Jersey. I know it said New York, but I'm not far from New York.
Whereabouts in northern New Jersey?
I am in North Haledon. But I work in
Our
Roseland.
offices are in Paramus, so they're not too far. And what is your fun fact?
My fun fact. Well, I am completely obsessed with one of these games online, and it's called, and I'm embarrassed because I think it's for kids, but it's called Toon Blast. And I'm pretty high up there. I'm probably in the $5,000 range, my level. So.
Wow. So yeah, I was about to say my wife during pregnancy with our first child discovered Candy Crush. And I think she's on level 12,500 now, and she'll be so happy to hear me say that out loud. Mike, what about you? I know that you're a big Pokemon collector.
Be a Pokemon collector. I actually, and so Regina, I think you're gonna love this. One of my clients is bringing esports to theaters, so like movie theaters, right? Because like movie theater businesses are kind of like going down with COVID. Esports is flying off the charts, and he's trying to bring amateur esports to like communities, right? Like for kids, rather than have them in the basement somewhere being more social. So it's a really cool idea. So anyway, so he goes to me, hey Mike, which games do you play? And I go, like, what do you mean? And he's like, do you do like console games, or are you a PC gamer? Like, which one is it? And I go, I'm like, I don't really play any of those games because I'm like super busy. And he goes, what's it like to be 60? Right? And I go, excuse me? And he's like, do you remember when you were a kid and you were playing video games and you had like that older uncle or cousin or whatever it was, and you asked them if they wanted to play video games with you, and they told you that they were too busy to play games? And I'm like, yes. And he goes, you're that guy now, right?
Does Tetris count?
Tetris absolutely counts, Paul, because I go, Paul,
Asteroids, Centipede.
Yes. I see Ken came alive also. He's like, yeah, I know Centipede. So I said to my client Rick, I go, so what games do you play? And funny enough, he goes, well, me and Peter are playing Rocket League. So I go, what is Rocket League? And he's like, it's soccer, but with cars and rockets. So I'm like, yeah, I gotta check that out. So
okay, so I'll give you a fun fact about Rick Starr and I playing Rocket League. Rick Starr and I once were in a competitive game of Rocket League, however that works. And Rick said, "What can I do to help?" And I said, "Honestly, Rick," and he went, "Yeah." And I said, "Just get out of the way, please." We were down 3-0. We ended up winning 5-3. So Rick is as you said, head of an esports company, one of the partners of you, Callaghy with Sean, and Unblinded in all things. And his fun fact is that he can't play any game for toffee. So okay, wow, we've got Avid Gamers, we've got Centipede, Asteroid, we've got the Sales Sorceress Mobile, we got Mike Smike in his Avengers Assembleville. We have a batting average that is going to be like a red rag to a bull for Sean. Gina, where are we at next?
We have some incredible judges next. This gentleman, I bet you've heard of him, Peter Swain. Drew Berman has mentioned him like 4,000 times. Let's meet Mr. Paul Fink from Brookfield, Connecticut. He's an 11 times international best-selling author, publisher, father of, is this correct? 3 sets of twins? Paul,
That's my
sets of
fun
twins?
fact. Well, that was my
Whoa.
fun fact. Come on.
Oh, there ain't nothing fun about that, brother.
Speak for yourself. 3 of them are sons, so they all played video games with me.
Very nice.
Be
Very
clear.
nice. I take it back. I take it back.
Hey, by the way, this man is the Maverick, known as the Maverick Millionaire. And he, as Drew says, he's the champion of champions and one of the foremost authorities in business, has appeared on Good Morning America, CNN, The Jane Pauley Show, and many others. So I think he can handle a few kids, a few sets of twins. I don't know. Welcome to the party, Paul Fink.
Thank you so much. And Gina, I think you have that reversed. It's because I have 6 kids that I can handle all the rest of the stuff.
I see what he did there.
Yeah,
Paul, it's an honor and a pleasure to meet you, as it is with everyone here. But yes, Drew might be your number one advocate. So where are you coming from today, sir?
We are in Connecticut right now. Brookfield, Connecticut is where I'm living now. And as we were talking earlier, I'm from New York, so very familiar with all the places that we're talking about here. From New York City originally.
Amazing. And I know that you're a man that thinks on your feet. So aside from 3 sets of twins, what would your secondary fun fact be?
Fun fact, that my wife met me and said she was going to marry me, not to me, but to herself, at age 11.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a fun fact.
Looks like 3 sets of twins were destined to be.
Indeed.
I just don't want to know what year you started them.
She manifested all that as well. So yes.
Yeah, Peter, another fun fact is Paul was 7 when she said that. So
yeah.
I like trying to keep a running record of this. So we have a batting average that's going to be a running ride to Red Bull. We have dog rescuing whilst playing video games. We have Rocket League. Mike is the uncle that is sitting in the corner solitary with a little party hat on and no one's talking to him. And we have Paul with 3 sets of twins, manifested destiny at the age of 11. How am I doing, Bella?
You are doing fantastic, Peter. I'm impressed.
Where are you?
I am currently at the airport. My sister's flight is getting in a half an hour early today. So I am coming live from Fort Lauderdale Hollywood Airport.
So we have
the
Sales Sorceress from Fort Lauderdale. And just to interject, but Gina, before you bring on our next guest, for any of you that are wondering, is Sean Callaghy really a kind of bald British guy? The answer to your question is no. I am not Sean. My name's Peter Swain, and I'm one of Sean's partners. And Sean is going to be dropping on soon. He had a couple of things to wrap up and asked me to send his apologies. So Sean will be here. You just have me as your interim. I think upgrade, but some could say drop in. And when I heard the names we had here, and it was Bella, and it was Mike, I'm like, that's mine. I'm taking it. So
yeah,
with that,
and it's
apologies.
not like, he's like, you know, and it's not like he's like, out just like hanging out with anybody. He's hanging out with, finishing up a meeting with the Nick Lowry, talking about how celebrities and NFL players are coming on this very show. So, little cool fun fact that, all of you get to say, you preceded some celebrities, you preceded some NFL players by coming on the Real Raw first. So there you go. There's a fun fact.
Nick the Kick Lowry, when he retired in 1996, Kansas City Chief Hall of Famer, he was the most accurate kicker in the NFL with an 84% home success rate, a 79.95% home success rate, the most kicker upon his retirement. And we have a personal crusade here to get Nick into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but Peter, we got Joseph, right? Who has a 937 batting average. It's like way up there. Like he almost never gets
937, did you just say?
Yeah.
Gina, we are going off script here. Get us back on track.
Let's go, guys. We have
Who's
three
next?
more incredible guests to introduce, including Mike Smikin and Anessa. So Ken DeStefano is with us today. Also from New York, Ken, if I got that wrong, if it's somewhere else in New York, you can let us know. But for almost 20 years, Ken has represented management and unions in all aspects of labor relations in New York. His love for sports has him teaching sports law at St. Thomas Aquinas College in Spark Hill, New York. I don't even know where that is. He has written numerous articles about collective bargaining, labor law for NBA-related websites, and earned certifications from the Sports Business Classroom. Like, all that sounds so much fun. So this whole sports conversation might be a little bit intriguing to you. Please join me in welcoming Ken DeStefano to The Real Raw.
And Ken, before I delve into any of that, was it Asteroid or Centipede that opened your listening?
Centipede, definitely Centipede.
It had to be one.
I was terrible at it, but doesn't matter.
You don't have to be good at it as long as you enjoyed it. Yep. Did you graduate to Snake on a Nokia at some point?
No.
You missed out, my friend. Where are you from today, sir?
So I'm actually from Rockland County, which is just outside the city. And it's a suburb up there just north of New Jersey. And I'm just really looking forward to getting to know everybody and going through the process here.
Well, thank you for being here and making us part of it.
What part of Rockland?
Pearl River. I'm in Pearl River. Yeah, it's a good place. I grew up in Emerson.
We're neighbors. I grew up in West Nyack, and now I live in New City.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure.
And Sean grew up in Emerson.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I actually, I haven't seen him since high school, but we went to high school together.
No,
and I have his actual high school stats, which we can talk about who would do what to get them going forward.
Oh, we're definitely going to get this going.
Oh, wait, I'm kidding. I don't have the stats. I was just kidding, but I did go to high school.
We are so breaking the script here. Ken, what is a fun fact about Sean Callaghan?
It's not going to be fun. It's really not.
If you share yours, I'll share mine.
He was a year behind me. I just got to tell you, the nicest guy in the world. He was Sean. He was, it's kind of nice. Like, I don't know if you saw me watching the beginning. I'm basically his age, but it's almost like proud watching somebody like that, because he was one of those people that you just went to a high school that was just a good guy. And, it's nice to see that, that kick off for somebody like him.
That's awesome.
So good guys come first sometimes, that's for sure. Ken,
Absolutely.
thank you for sharing that with us. I think that was meaningful for me, Mike, and Bella, and Gina, certainly.
For sure.
Okay, so but I still want a fun fact.
No
So,
doubt.
Ken, what's your fun fact?
My fun fact is about 15 years ago, I went to New Orleans with my wife, and we were doing the Bourbon Street thing, walking up and down, listening to music, karaoke, all that fun stuff. It was a great time. And she said this in the nicest way you could possibly imagine. She looked at me and she said, I'm thinking of all the people I could be here with right now, and there's not one person who would be less fun than you.
Aww.
And I said, thank you, ? And then we proceeded to have a good time and spent the next 3 hours talking about how I was not fun at all.
That's unbelievable.
Seems like it worked out.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. My recap has gone now. Gina, over to you.
Yes.
I was just gonna say maybe everybody she knows is like really, really, really boring, or maybe they're like crazy out of control. Ken, I think it's a compliment. I do.
Well, they're all more interesting than me. And the problem is I know those people and I don't find them very interesting. So I can only imagine how uninteresting I am.
Oh, so she has bad taste. I got it.
Yeah.
I just saw that John Callagy just joined us. So is now the time to like start talking about batting averages and like, you know, who he was in high school, or should we just keep going?
Let's go with these two more extraordinary guests, Bella Marita, and then I know we're going to come back to all of that. That just, incredibleness. So Mr. Rajveer Groomer from New Brunswick, New Jersey is also with us today. He's a partner at Hoagland, Longo, Moran, Dunst, and Dukas, and they focus on transactional and governmental law. He is an absolute advocate for the Sikh community, working hard to eradicate bias and discrimination in our society, the founder of Sikh Lead Summer Programs, just an extraordinary man. Thank you for joining us today. Please join me in welcoming Rajveer Groomer to the Real Raw.
Rajveer, thank you so much.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate being here. So
it sounds like you do some amazing stuff. And where are you coming from today?
New Brunswick, New Jersey.
So beautiful.
Central Jersey, for those people that don't agree that we exist, we do exist. So
I'm not from here, Rajveer, so you can set the record straight with me however you want. So that's good. So is it Raj or Rajveer?
Raj is good. Raj is good.
Raj is good.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
Thank you. So I don't know pressure, but the bar's been set pretty high for these fun facts. I am confident, and I know Bella is, and I'm confident Mike is. I'm confident you can live up to it. What, sir, is your fun fact?
So I have a bunch of stuff, but I think I'm a huge Rutgers football and basketball fan. I have Rutgers season tickets for football, and me and my friend are officially called the Twizzler guys at the football games.
Have we just lined
so
up?
many common denominators here today.
Bella, I think what's happened here is we've split Sean into 18 different people.
We did.
Each one of these people seems to represent a perfect part of his, apart from the video gaming. That's the anomaly. But he does love animals, so that's okay.
Peter, how are you not asking Raj why he's called one of the two Twizzler people? Please.
Where do you think? It's called dramatic suspense, Mike.
I'm dying here. You're killing
I'm
me.
bringing my co-host Bella into the conversation, and then when she does it, I'm gonna go. But hang on a second, Raj. Why are you called the Twizzler guys? See, Mike, that's what I was doing.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's probably about 6-7 years ago. We decided we needed to celebrate Rutgers scoring touchdowns or field goals with something better than just screaming up and down and high-fiving. And there was one lady in the stadium that used to throw out cookies. Unfortunately, she's retired. So we wanted to do something special. So Rutgers is Scarlet Knights. They're a red team.
Mm-hmm.
So Twizzlers are red candy. We were able to get them single wrapped, and we decided, what's better than just throwing Twizzlers in the air around us to the people around us celebrating touchdowns and field goals. So we bring in massive bags of Twizzlers to every game. And as Rutgers scores every touchdown or field goal, we throw them at the fans, and everybody's looking forward to a score now. So
okay, so I want to do
so
this.
Fun.
So you said 7 years, is that right?
Yeah, about that. Yes. So we've been
how many home games a season?
6 to 7, depending on the season. So
let's call it 7. Let's call it 7. 7's 49. How many times did you say on average they score per game?
Well, we had a pretty bad period of time with the previous coach that we didn't score too often. So I would actually end up just throwing them out at the end of the game to the fans. But recently we've been scoring a lot, so it's picked up. So
say an average of 3 scores a game?
Yeah, I would say. Yeah, we could say that.
That's 150. And how many would you say is in each handful?
We throw probably about 500 a game at least. So
wow. So 150, 7's 49, 50 games, 500 a game. You have personally contributed 25,000 Twizzlers, an average of 200 calories per Twizzler. You have been responsible for the consumption of 5 million calories of refined sugar.
I should get a Twizzler deal for this. So
I was wondering. That's my next question. Did you buy some equity before you started this thing?
No, I did not, and it was just a fun thing to do, and we just kept doing it.
That was the mistake. I love the fun fact. Any reference for anybody that's watching this out there in the multiverse, before you just start throwing Twizzlers around, buy equity. Raj, thank you so much for being here.
Peter, I do have one additional question. Is it the sticks or the nuggets?
Oh no, the
very
sticks.
important.
The sticks.
Does Raj look like the kind of guy who sends out the nuggets? No way.
Raj didn't send out nuggets.
He sends out the full bars at Halloween. Come on.
Tom Paul, you think we bring on people that send out nuggets? This is the 3 p.m. show. If you come to my show at 6 p.m. on Friday, you'll find the nugget people.
We get all the
this is the main stage.
Collecting all the information out there. That's all there is to it.
I clarify and verify. I love it. Gina?
Raj is the man who makes it rain. Twizzlers. I love it. Yes, we have one more extraordinary guest with us today. Ms. Jenna Hernandez joining us from Newark, New Jersey. She masters in higher education, 20 years of sales experience, mother of 2 boys. That's not nothing. When you got the 3 sets of twins, like that's just an extraordinary family. She takes a sledgehammer approach and not a toothpick to life. She is also a Reiki master who is ready to make impact in the world. Please join me in welcoming Jenna Hernandez to the Real Raw.
So, Jenna, what do you make of this madness?
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm just observing right now. This is it's interesting. It's great to meet everybody here.
You don't get to observe anymore.
Throwing, no high batting averages, like nothing to compete with.
I mean, other than I played hockey when I was a kid. Other than that, I was the one girl on the hockey team. I was that tomboy. So, yeah.
Amazing. So, hockey team was a hockey team Reiki. Are they related? Was it the injuries, the hockey injuries that led to the Reiki? Are we talking ice hockey or hockey? Are we talking field hockey?
Feeling it. Yeah.
When you say hockey in the States, you always mean ice hockey, right? Is that correct?
Yes, but I skated, so I wasn't on the ice. I was doing like roller hockey and like street hockey.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
It could be, and there's field hockey. I mean, there's all kinds of hockey.
Yeah,
roller hockey. That's fun.
There you are. We have roller hockey. If I was on Zoom and I had the visual reference of everyone's face on my desktop, and I had everyone's faces, I could give you the recap. But on my phone, I'm stuck on Twizzlers, Centipede, batting averages, Sean's like alter egos. It's like that film where what's it called? What was the film where they split him into and there was anyway, Gina, save me.
Well,
that's the one.
What is it?
I didn't want to go there. As I remembered what it was, I was like, this is not a good thing to do. Sure, Gina, go.
We have 2 extraordinary Callagy Law guests with us today. As you know, Michael Smikin is here for support, and Anessa Goldman is joining us as well. So it's just an incredible group here today. I didn't even get to the Sales Sorceress yet. So there you go, Mike Smikin and Anessa Goldman. Welcome to today's Real Raw with this group.
Thank you.
I love how the applause just like cuts out when it's our turn. We're like, cut it! Too much applause for him.
Mike, I don't think that introduction really did you justice, Mike.
I don't know. Listen, I could go fun facts just like everybody else here. The hardest hit I ever took in ice hockey was from the only female on the other team's ice hockey team. It was literally the hardest hit I've ever taken. It knocked me unconscious. It was the first one ever that had happened.
Wow.
Love Twizzlers, right? Have my own 2 little kids myself. I love Centipede. And I had some really close interactions with baseball bats being swung next to my head by Sean Callagy, whose picture is all black. So
Hey.
Go ahead. You didn't swing a baseball bat approximately 3 inches from my head and make it do that weird crack sound that I didn't know baseball bats could do unless they're swung by someone who knows how to use them.
Well, yes, as we unpack Integrous Influence. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here on Thankful Thursday. My name is Sean Callagy. And Michael, when we unpack that, those are 2 absolutely contradictory statements. First, you said I swung it at your head. And the second time you said I swung it within 3 inches of your head. Those are 2 very different statements, Michael Smikin, are they not?
That is correct, yes. You swung it 3 inches from my head. And I will say, Sean Callagy is an unbelievable, amazing human being, my mentor. We've worked together for 12 years. I'm a partner in his law firm, an unbelievable human being, of which I did not encounter very often, but he did swing a baseball bat 3 inches from my head. He does have a condition which causes him to be nearly 100% blind. And so you have a blind man swinging a baseball bat and making it crack 3 inches from your head. I don't draw that much distinction between at or near.
Now you're picking on blind people, Michael Smikin. You keep to this level.
Okay, so
unbelievable. Mike, before you carry on, Sean, as we've previously established in the world of Ghostbusters, you never cross the streams. You and I being in the same place at the same time is dangerous for humanity. So, Sean, if it's okay, I will pass it to you. You are going to have an amazing show, I'm confident, with all the amazing guests that Gina's just introduced you to introduce. So, Sean, if it's right with you, I will bow out and hand your stage back to you.
Yes, brother, please go on and continue to save the world. So thank you, Peter Swain.
Thank you, everybody. It's been a pleasure to be here.
Bye, Peter.
Awesome.
Thank you, Peter.
All right. So, Michael Smikin, what the heck are you doing here today? This is amazing.
Yeah, talking about crossing the streams, like what the hell's going on here?
Yes, there is. So, listen, it is an honor to have Bella Vrita, all of you, Bella Vrita, Michael Smikin, and Peter Swain on at the same time in any spot. Literally is like a subatomic reaction that is beyond even an atomic bomb. That's like what's happening. So, Gina, who's going? What's happening? What the heck is going on here?
Wow, the incredible group here today, Sean. I'm going to just let Bella Vrita, the Influence Sorceress. Actually, would you like to introduce her? Because we did not even get to introducing the extraordinary Bella Vrita.
Of course I would. This heart-centered woman started her career in acquiring the superpower of integrous influence as an 8-year-old selling crafts on her front lawn. She progressed from that stage to becoming a 7-figure earner in the space of network marketing. Think that's easy? Try that on for size. And then graduated to becoming not the number 5, 4, 3, or 2, not number 10, 9, 8, 7, or 6, but the number 1 business broker in the state of Nevada as a woman at the ripe old age of 24. First woman to do it, youngest person ever to do it, Bella Vrita. The one, the only influence sorceress, chief cook and bottle washer, founder, CEO of Line Talent, causing businesses to grow and accelerate through understanding the power of this formula and sourcing talent. Bella Vrita, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for her.
Hello, hello.
Bella, what's happening and what is your fun fact?
You know, Sean Callagy, I think my fun fact today, I think it's pretty cool that I am on a show and partnered with a dude who like is doing business with like celebrity athletes and celebrities all over the world. And you know why we're like kicking off, you know, shows with like, you know, high school classmates of yours. You know, you're hanging out with like famous football players and stuff.
Oh my goodness, this is amazing. Who's a high school classmate of mine?
Mr. Ken DeStefano.
Oh my goodness, Kenny DeStefano, Assumption graduate, amazing basketball player, heart-centered leader. Ken, what's up, brother? Thanks for being here today.
Sean, when you say amazing basketball player, you might be thinking about Eddie, but great to talk to you.
I am thinking about the Assumption, fearsome. There was like, first there was Jordan, and there was Pippen, and there was Rodman, but then there was Eddie Peterson, Kenny DeStefano, and Chris Moore back in the Assumption days, dominating those courts. Am I wrong, Ken? Come on, man.
We had a lot of fun, and we did okay. And I never grew after 8th grade, so that became a problem with basketball. It was great. Thank you, Sean.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. So from that, yeah, no doubt about it. I'm hearing you loud and clear, Ken. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty. So yes. So this is amazing. So Bella, who's going first? Gina, we love you. Peace out from the multiverse. Who's kicking us off?
Love you.
So Sean, I think it definitely has to be the gentleman who is pretty certain that he might have a higher batting average than you, Mr. Joseph.
Whoa.
Hey, Sean.
What's up, Joseph? What's happening, man? Joseph, Like who? I can't see right now.
I'm sorry? What
Joseph.
happened?
Yeah, Joseph, where's your batting average, man? And from where?
So 523 batting average.
At where?
Brookdale High in Long Island.
And he was also captain of his baseball team as well.
We did. We won the championship as well.
That's amazing, dude. And where did you play after high school?
No, I didn't.
Got it. So why do you, dude, that's amazing. Why do you play after high school?
I should have, but I wanted to really focus on college, and that's what happened.
Got it. Were you focusing on like drinking or academics in college?
You got it. You nailed it. Exactly.
Yeah. So notice I level 5 listen, we teach that here, and you didn't say focus on academics. You didn't say anything in particular. You said focus on college. The absence of any other language told me, and your hesitancy, that it was actually focused on drinking. So thank you, brother Joseph, for being here. And yes, that is a higher batting average than I had in high school, but my college batting average might have been decent. Talking about college, how about Joseph, as an athlete with a 523 high school batting average, would you like to meet another amazing athlete?
Absolutely.
Yes. The one and only Dartmouth graduate, Renaissance man. We did at Columbia chant safety school when we played Dartmouth. I don't even know if it was accurate or true. Nicole, let's look this up. What are the college rankings right now? Where's Dartmouth? Where's Columbia? Let's check that out real quick.
Football?
In academics. In terms of, ranking in academics. How do you think that is going to work out?
I think Dartmouth will be superior.
We're about to see what it is.
It's going to be
Can
close.
you run it down, Tink, or no?
Bella, it's going to be close.
Yes, we're about to see this.
School.
Yes, I think Nick is about to be disappointed, but he does pull out the H-bomb because he did graduate from Harvard Leadership School.
Kennedy School of Government.
Kennedy School of Government. I always said that wrong. Kennedy School of Government. This guy's unbelievable. He was the most accurate kicker in the NFL when he retired. And Jan Stenerud is in the NFL Hall of Fame. Nick's in the Kansas City Chiefs Hall of Fame. Played for. Oh, Tink, I couldn't hear you. Could you come over here and help us?
They must have paid them off.
I
couldn't hear her either.
I couldn't hear. So Tink, could you wait on camera? Right behind Nick and I, so we can have Nick's face when he hears what I think I may have heard it.
Columbia is number 2. Dartmouth is number 4.
So we know the source is important. So I'm sure somebody that grew up in New York and just didn't want to make the people in New York feel disrespected, because humble farmers from up in New Hampshire, we don't have those ego appetites as much. So we can allow Columbia to be inaccurately listed as second if it helps them feel better about themselves.
I'm just curious what Nick's response would have been if Tink had said it was Dartmouth 2, Columbia 4.
You go, of course that's true.
I would have said I'm really disappointed because I really thought we'd be number 1. But the good thing about being number 2 is you try harder. Ask Avis.
Amazing. So I got to thank Nick. We met on The Real Raw.
We did.
That's where we met. So this amazing spot. And because of that, Nick was part of co-creating the most extraordinary 100th anniversary gala for the American Foundation for the Blind they've ever had in the history of galas. Opened the Helen Keller time capsule. Nick had his friends like Roger Clemens, iconic Hall of Famer, Rex Ryan, the only coach that ever took the Jets to 2 consecutive AFC championship games. People like Lawrence Taylor, Tony Richardson, who's helping players transition.
Eric Dickerson, Bruce Smith.
I'm sorry, yeah.
Goose Gossage.
NFL Hall of Famers, Goose Gossage, just absurd group of people.
But they all wanted to be, thank you. They all wanted to be part of it. That's the thing is, I think what I love about Sean is if you create a place to live that's worth living in and a group of people to be around that you want to be with, the magic happens automatically. It's way past words, right? It's just, you just notice that these people are congruent and consistent and authentic. And so it's automatic. It just happens naturally.
Thank you. And that ended up being on Extra, featured. The Unblinded logo, I had the privilege of being interviewed, or pieces of my interviews were on Extra as sort of a centerpiece of the thing. You caused that. The AFB, who was originally the face of it was Helen Keller, is now stepped into the 21st century with rocket fuel, and it's just beginning. Yes?
Yeah, and it's truly team.
Yeah, and we got Miami coming up as we take this show on the road in November 19, 2021. So thank you, Nick.
Miami, baby.
Yeah, and so let's play the game, Bella. Like, who's going first? It's Joseph, and Joseph, are you ready to do this thing?
Absolutely. I remember, Nick, when I was a kid, I'm a Jet fan. So
I remember when I was a kid. Jeez, am I that old? I guess I am.
Well, we were like out in the surf this morning.
Listen, I always say it's for 114, I'm doing great.
So Joseph, what is your recollections of Nick as a Jet fan? Because those are some tough Jet years. He had some, he was incredible, but the Jets are a little bit rough.
It was the one bright spot.
Yes, absolutely. So appreciate that enormously. So Joseph, Bella Vreda will be anybody you wanted to be. Nick, everyone, we're unpacking the superpower of influence because everything begins and everything ends with influence, what you do with it, and how you get yourself to use it with integrity. So Joseph, what's a yes that would matter to you in the world? Like a yes at one point was like, hey, Nick, let's do a thing around this gala. That was a yes that was really important to me. And then Nick had to go from low to yes with people like Lee Steinberg, who's the real Jerry Maguire, and all these other extraordinary people. Or it could be a yes for an ideal client of yours. So Joseph, what's a yes that you'd be seeking from Bella Vreda? And you don't have to explain that part, but who do you want Bella to be?
So a yes for me would be obtaining a new client for sure.
Okay. So who do you want Bella to be?
An ideal client for me would be someone who has many clients of their own. So they can be like an endorsement person for myself. So
awesome.
for example, like a CPA or an attorney.
So you want me to be a CPA?
Yes,
Sure.
Bella, you're going to put your green visor on, put your stogie in. You're counting the money, Bella, and you got a big firm, counting a lot of people's money. Take us in, Bella.
Hello, this is Bella.
Hi, Bella. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Doing great. Doing great.
You called?
Yeah. Actually, I got referred to you from Sean. Says that you are a phenomenal CPA, and he says you're really a nice person. So he said I should reach out to you and see if you can set 15 minutes.
That guy is always giving out my number. Always wanting people to call me, always giving out my number. So why did he think we should connect?
Well, the reason he said we should connect is because you're really a nice person. And I only do business with nice people. So he said, you know what? Let's take 15 minutes aside and get to know one another.
Well, I would agree. I'm probably the nicest person he knows. I'll say that. No, just kidding. Oh and so Joseph, why did he say we should connect? Like what's this regarding?
Well, a lot of my clients, I do financial planning. A lot of your clients are helping them with all types of tax deductions and everything. And again, I know October 15th is literally around the corner, so I would not want to be disrespectful of your time. So we'll punt on it. That's for you, Nick. We'll go about maybe 3 weeks out and maybe set the time for a coffee in the next 3 weeks.
What is it that you're looking to do together? I'm not clear on what.
So from time to time, my clients are asking for a recommendation on a top CPA firm that I could recommend my clients to, because I'm very busy and I only recommend my clients to nice people. So if you have 15 minutes, see if there's some synergies, and I'm able to, we'll build a professional relationship.
Got it. So you're looking for a CPA firm to refer business back for you.
Yeah, that I can refer my business over to you.
Got it. Okay, definitely would be. I think that Callaghy guy is a pretty nice guy himself. So I will definitely take that call.
Okay.
Awesome. Great job.
Looks like
Excellent job. Excellent job, Joseph. Appreciate that. I'm moving locations, Bella Vreda, because Nick Lowry is on with the Nigerian Nightmare. Christian Okoye sourcing the Miami Gala right now. Joe Namath and company. So I was going to move down and as he chats it up with Christian. So awesome job, Joseph. And we are now up to, am I correct, Bella, Regina is our other participant.
Yes, that is correct. Yes.
Right. So Regina, welcome. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Sean.
Yeah. And who would you like Bella Vreda to be?
So, I think I'd like her to be a business owner that I'm trying to get a donation for my charitable organization.
Very nice. I like this. So Bella,
that's a good one.
How about Bella's Bella? Bella, take us in.
Hello, this is Bella.
Hi, Bella. How are you? This is Regina.
Hi, Regina. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. I hope I'm not bothering you. I just wanted to ask you a couple questions on an organization that I'm working on. Do you have few minutes?
Yeah, I have a couple of minutes.
Okay. So I'm not sure if you've heard of Real Dog Rescue. It's an animal rescue organization. We've been around for many years. We're in Wyckoff, where, right now because of COVID, it's been really tough to try to get donations. So we're trying to limit we're trying to limit the organizations that we're trying to reach out to, because we're trying to be very sensitive about certain organizations or businesses that really haven't been doing well in the last year and a half. So I was just hoping that you'd be able to support us this year. We're really low in donations and we could really use your help. Even anything would help really at this point.
Absolutely, definitely willing to. And what do the donations go to?
So it's a no-kill animal shelter. So because of COVID and what's been going on, we have a lot of individuals who initially, because they were home, they started adopting dogs thinking, oh, okay, I'll be home for a while, let me have a dog. And then all of a sudden they said, okay, I'm going back to work, or things have changed financially for me, and they now can't keep these animals. So now we have a surge of animals that are coming in that we're not able to help. We're trying to get fosters in and trying to have them adopted, but with every animal that comes in, we have to vet them, we have to feed them, we have to do all these things, and everything costs money, and everything has gone up substantially. So yeah, we're really struggling right now. So we're just looking for some support from local
Got it.
and businesses.
Well, I will definitely make $100 donation. How is that?
That helps. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Bella.
You're very welcome.
No, that's all you got. Come on, you cheapskate.
I'll
I
donate
figured
your
we'd
money.
start with that, and then I'd hit her up, again in the future.
I'm totally joking. I'm totally joking. So Regina, excellent job. Joseph, excellent job. So let's go to the judges. It's 30 seconds of feedback. 30 seconds of feedback, where we will give 15 seconds of work, 15 seconds what could be optimized, and then please a score on a scale of 1 to 10. Jenna, how are you? And thank you for being here. First, yeah, thanks. Nice to meet you. How are you doing? So we've lost Jenna in the multiverse. Could we get Regina to get source Jenna back from the multiverse? But then let's turn to Paul.
So
Paul,
she sent me a text. Apparently she only had 45 minutes, and so she had to hop off. So I don't think she'll be back. Yep.
Okay, excellent. Paul, how are you?
I'm doing awesome. How are you, Sean?
I'm doing awesome. I heard wonderful things about you from Drew. It's an honor to have you here. And how about some feedback, brother, for Joseph? Maybe 30 seconds. What worked? What could be optimized? Score on a scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job, Joseph. There was one thing that really hit home with me. It was when you got to the end and you put it off. Hey, I'm going to punt for 3 weeks or so. One, ask versus assume. So always ask, what's best for you? Would you like it sooner or later? Give them a couple options, and then lock down a specific time before you get off the phone, so that it's not just, oh yeah, I'll call you sometime or I'll call you later. The assumption is that you would have done that. And did I finish?
Yeah, and
I'll continue with.
And your score is?
And the score is, and also referring to Sean as your lead in, that's really good. And the score 8.78.
I love we get to 100. I love we get to the 100th column. And Paul, what'd you have for Regina?
Oh, great. Regina, great job as well. Liked the lead in asking, and absolutely closing out and getting the donation was awesome. And the key component there was Regina or Bella asked, what do you do? And kind of pulled that out of you, leading with that. Why is it that your organization is so great at what you do with dogs? Awesome. And you were also in that 9 range. So absolutely 9.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Excellent job, Paul. Appreciate that. Ken, fellow Emerson Cavo, what'd you have, please, for Joseph?
I was trying to unmute there. Joseph, I thought you did a great job. I think you really showed the value that you have in working with the right type of person. That came across very strongly. I also like the way you said, and you framed everything in terms of a mutual benefit, that it wasn't just you were asking in one way. You have clients, it goes, one hand's ultimately going to wash the other. I think that would be really enticing to a business person. This is kind of a unique situation, but I think you had a little trouble getting started in the beginning, maybe because you didn't know that much about the person. So maybe being ready to get to the point right away. And I would give like a 9.0.
Nice. How about Regina, Ken?
Regina, I thought you did a really nice job. I thought you jumped in there and really got right to where you were coming from, who you represented, and what you were ultimately going to be looking for. It did need to be teased out of you a little bit exactly what the program was going to be doing. And I think probably if you had a few more seconds or minutes to kind of mentally think where this was going, you probably would have had that set out. But I really thought it was a great job. I thought, obviously you got $100, which is a big deal. But I really liked the way you did it. Congratulations. Also, I'm going to give you a 9. Great job.
Excellent job. Excellent job again. So here's the key question, and very nice work, Regina. The starting 5 of the Assumption basketball team, the fearsome 5, it was you, Chris Moore, Eddie, and do you remember the other 2 starters?
Paul Higgins, Mike McGovern.
Look at that. Boom, dropping the mic. How could I forget Higgs? That's crazy. So, and Mike McGovern, final foul. That's awesome. You guys are awesome, Ken, right?
We were pretty good. We were good. Coach taught us always pass the ball to Eddie and get out of the way.
Eddie Peterson was a classmate of both of ours, and Eddie became, I think, the second all-time leading scorer at Yale, and was captain there. So, unbelievable.
Yeah, and you and Nick, and he can talk about Yale, Dartmouth, and Columbia at some point also.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Ken.
You're welcome.
So Raj, please, what do you have for Joseph?
So I think Joseph did a really good job. Flattery always works, so that was great to really just break the ice. I think the really good thing was just actually providing value that you can bring, versus just saying, hey, I'd love to get referrals from you. You kind of presented it as I can give you referrals. That gets the other person interested and does it well. I think just make it more clear also of what you want from this relationship. Bella had to actually tease that out of you. What were you looking for? But otherwise, great job. 8.0.
Nice. Excellent job. And how about for Regina?
For Regina, I think she did a great job. She really created sympathy. I mean, she had a great, a easy organization that people would feel sympathy for. And she got it. She got a donation. I would think, just because she has that ability to be able to create the sympathy is create an ask. Always, I always say, don't leave it open for them. You can always get more than you think you can get. So say we'd love, we have different categories, 200, 500, and this is what would happen if you give this amount of money. Like, create targets so that they'll actually probably give you more than they're even thinking in their head. So I'd give, they were both very even in their pros and cons. I'd give an 8 too. So
nice. Excellent job. Appreciate that very much. Regina, great job. Joseph, great job. Beautiful feedback from Raj, Ken, and Paul. Bella, Rita, we're not done though, because you always want to have more fun.
We are not done, Sean. I'm going to throw you right under the bus into the hot seat, and then I got to run because apparently my sister is lost, so I've got to go find her.
Why does that not shock me? I am not shocked. I'm not shocked.
I'm going to throw you right under the bus, right into the hot seat, because you brought all these fine folks on. You had these participants here, and they were in the hot seat, and I think it's time to turn the tables on you and let you be in the hot seat and one of these fine folks, into the hot seat. So I'm going to turn it over to you, and I got to bounce out.
All right. Peace out. So how about this? Paul, would you want to set a scenario for me, which is where you get to put me in the same position as Joseph and Regina, where I've got to go from hello to yes. I've been President Biden. I've been President Trump. I had to convince a conservative attorney to go to Burning Man and do all kinds of crazy things. I've had to actually become an accountant, a financial services provider, an attorney, and deal with ideal clients, all the things. Any thoughts, Paul, on whether you'd like to set the scenario or assign that mission to somebody else here?
You're muted, Paul.
Boy, let's see. Where could we place you? And so we want to put you in a position, and then you are going to be selling something.
I have to get a yes. So it's like whatever the next yes would be in the situation. So I've got to get the yes. And so any scenario could be to set up a meeting with somebody.
Sure.
As long as it's integrous. We always say, like, we're not selling swamp land yet.
Of course. So to be a keynote speaker or trainer for a multi-level marketing, a direct marketing company. So to go in and create a position where you're going to be training their all their peeps, all their salespeople and associates throughout the country, and you're talking to the VP of marketing in that position.
Perfect scenario. Okay, so Paul, would you like to be that VP or have somebody else here be the VP?
I can do, well, let's should I pick on another judge?
No, it's whatever you want.
I can be the VP, that's fine.
Cool. All right. So, hey, Paul, thanks so much for seeing me or actually talking to me today. I know you got 3 minutes. I know this is like everybody in the world wants to talk to you. You have a lot going on here. Your organization's dynamic, accelerating. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to talk to you today.
It's great to see you, Sean. You were referred in. Good recommendations, only I really don't know a lot about you, just that you were referred in as somebody that I should talk to.
Yeah. Well, actually, believe it or not, my name is Drew. And yeah, so, and I'm really, really appreciative of this opportunity. And so in this, can I ask you a quick question? I know we only got 2.5 minutes to know how busy you are. Paul, what's the mission? I've read all the things. I know the idea is you want to help people, make beautiful things happen. Right. But what I'm asking you is what makes you tick? Truly, like, why do you continue to do this? I know you're incredibly successful and you don't have to work anymore. Why do you, Paul, continue to do what you do?
We've got a great organization. It's been growing for the last 10 years, really at a key component to drive it to be the leader in the marketplace. And I hear the stories every day. The reason why I started this company is to help the people have an alternative to everything that they've done in their world and really make a difference in their livelihood, in their financial makeup, in being able to contribute across the board in their own personal life. And so now we've got the opportunity to help these people go to another level. And when we bring this company to number one, every single one of those people get benefit. And so teaching them how to do that.
Yeah. Paul, thank you. And I talk to a lot of people. I ask that question often and I listen deeply. So beyond the words and the energetic transference that came from that, I mean, like weird metaphysical, but just your heart was truly there. And it's refreshing. It's powerful. It's extraordinary to see somebody who actually cares about people. I didn't feel like that was just words you said because you just want to like grow numbers. It was truly present, and it's an honor to hear that from you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, would it be okay? I know we got just a short time left. Would it be okay if I shared a little bit about myself?
Go right ahead. We'd love to hear.
Yeah. So my mission, my passion, is to truly shift how network marketing functions. Because you say network marketing, and instantly, people have a reflexive reaction. And by the way, they have a reflexive reaction about everything. You say I played in the NFL, story. You say I was an athlete, story. You say I'm an attorney, story. You say I'm a coach, story. So I get it, there's stories, but there's this like deeper charge for people in the space of network marketing. And Paul, my belief structure is that is predominantly because people have had horrific training in integrous influence. Because network marketing can be an absolutely beautiful and amazing thing, as you know, as I know, but people have had training on how to close people, how to pitch people, how to hook people. And when people sit in the space of that training, it vibrates negatively. When I share with people, I said, would you like me? If I walked away and you heard me great on the phone go, yeah, I just closed Paul's mom. How would you feel? You think I'm the worst, most awful human being. But we say these words, people don't mean it, but we get confused and have conflicts energetically. about how we connect with humans and how we reveal truth. And for some people, the truth is that them being in the space of network marketing is an extraordinary opportunity. So that's the beginning of me. I've written a book, Network Marketing 2.0. I'm looking to disrupt and shift. And I truly believe that I've acquired the superpower of influence and a formula to make it reproducible. I know over time, if anything here resonates, Paul, I'd love to have a 30-minute unpacking session and be permitted to demonstrate some of this to you. Please don't take me at my word, but I hope something resonates. But if it doesn't, thank you for your minutes. So how does this resonate or not for you, Paul?
Definitely resonates. Interested in what you were saying, and I'd be open to continuing the conversation. Absolutely.
Awesome. Out of roll. All right, Paul, how'd I do? How'd that feel for you?
Great. Great job. And the key component, of course, is the connectivity on a heartfelt level, the connectivity on being real with, and across the board in a broader scope, the understanding of connecting on a real level, to use real raw, but on a raw level that's what everyone thinks, but no one says.
Yeah.
And daring to say it is such a great component of what you do, is because most people don't go that extra yard, like saying, oh yeah, how does closing sound to you? And in the sales, and after 35 years in consultative selling, I hear that language pattern all the time, and it's always a challenge. Yeah. So great connection. Yeah.
Thank you, brother. Nick, how'd that feel for you?
Just, I think the most important thing is, in a world of sales, that you connect with people that you trust and can develop a relationship with, because the product ends up being less important than the relationship you built.
Yeah. And they ask this. So we met on the Real Raw, and I mean it from your heart. We got to wrap up, and I want to get for everybody how they did real quick, but 30 seconds. Truly, why are you here? Right? Like people want to chase you, grab you, bring you to things. Why are you here?
Well, I will just start with the Real Raw. You kind of notice an energy around the people that are on there, and there's always an internal dialogue, right? Most important conversation in the world is with ourselves and with God, I think. And so in that conversation, the question is, can I surround myself with more people that will bring out my best and who I enjoy bringing out the best in? That's it. So I want to spend more time with those people. I want to spend less time with the people that don't have that congruency, vision, energy. And that is part of the law of attraction by definition.
Thank you, brother. You're amazing. Paul.
Sean,
yes.
Sean, can I just, you had asked me about who I was on my basketball team. And remember we mentioned Mike McGovern?
Yes.
I think, I could be wrong, I think his brother Rob might have played with Nick.
Yes.
On the Chiefs.
Yes. In fact, we used to say, because Rob was such a sweet guy, hey, Rob McGovern. Hey, Rob McGovern. He was just the nicest guy. And he was a pretty darn good kickoff coverage guy. So I would know him because he was one of my guys I depended on to make the tackle.
And he went to Bergen Catholic.
Hey, Rob McGovern.
And
hey, Rob McGovern.
It's amazing. And so Kenny played with his brother on
really
an unbelievable 8th grade basketball team.
Mid-80s.
Kenny was a high school player. And Kenny's friend of mine, Ed Peterson, became the second all-time leading scorer at Yale when he completed his career. Our dear friend, he was Kenny's 1 year older than me. He was captain of the Yale basketball team when I was captain of the Columbia baseball team, because he did a prep school year. So he and I graduated together from Yale and Columbia, and he was absolutely extraordinary. And his dad authenticated Mark McGuire's 70th home run ball, just out of like craziness.
So where is Rob now? Do you know anything about where Rob is now?
I don't know. I lost. We were just talking about his brother, and I
somehow find him. Tell him somebody from Kansas City loves him still.
Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. Ken, thank you. So Ken, how was your experience today on the Real Raw? Thank you guys. I know we went a little bit over. It was a very unique day having Nick here. So thank you for your patience. But Ken, how was your time here?
I thought it was fantastic. It's really opening my eyes to a lot of things because of the unique structure of my career. I haven't had to do a lot of sales type of wooing in the traditional thing. And it's something I'm definitely deficient in. And watching people do it, it is very hard, but you see the skills that really make it work. It's all about from you and the others, you just see the importance of listening.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Ken. I really appreciate it. It's great to see you. Emerson Cavo here. Yeah. Awesome job, brother. Paul, thank you so much for being here. Beautiful job today. And how about yourself? How was your experience?
Wonderful. And great to see you and to hang out and spend this little time. I know we've connected 1 degree of separation for a few months now. So great to be here and be a part of this, and that we're able to make the time.
Yeah, awesome. And Drew just speaks the world to you. So it's been a pleasure, an honor. Thank you. Raj, how was your time here today, brother?
It was good. I had a good time. Really, ramped, haven't done a lot of marketing with COVID, over the past couple of years. So it's good to see those skills and see, in action and see definitely what works and what doesn't work. So yeah, no, very interesting. Thank you.
Awesome, brother. And in the virtual world, there's an amazing ability, like just happened here today. More than 3,000 people have been on The Real Raw since inception. And you've joined that wonderful group of people. And thank you, Raj, for doing that. And everybody here today, 3,000 fine folks since the beginning of COVID and rock and roll and still. So thank you for being here.
Pleasure.
Yeah, let's go, Regina. Thank you. Beautiful job jumping in the contestant seat. Courage, vulnerability. How was your time with us here today?
Regina fell off too, Sean.
I know we went over. So let us finish up with Joseph, who had a higher batting average than me in high school.
523.
Is that crazy?
Ridiculous.
That is crazy. So Joseph, congratulations on your batting average and your life. How was your time with us here today?
I loved it. It was great. Okay, meeting everybody, meeting Nick. This is awesome. Meeting you, Sean, everybody. It's awesome.
Thank you. Michael Smikin, final in 30 seconds.
I mean, I don't know if I should be getting the final, but I would be remiss if I didn't say that what I saw here has already transcended what you started doing a month ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And it's like every single time I watch you make these innovations and these leap forwards, how you're able to create the kind of relationships that you have, where you have all of those amazing people on a stage with you. And at the gala, so just by way of background for the folks that weren't there, at the gala, there's this stage that's there, and Sean is raising money for the American Foundation for the Blind, along with Nick and a lot of tremendous people. And so he has all of these amazing former athletes on there. He's got Nick there, he's got everybody. And he goes, do you think that the value of this picture is worth more than $350,000 in my hands? And I remember a lot of people, that was like a pattern interrupt for them to like, this picture cost $350,000. And I'm thinking to myself, absolutely. Because in the next moment, Sean goes, if you want to take a picture with these fine folks, we're gonna put this out to 100 people, come up to the front of the room. It's $2,500 towards the American Foundation for the Blind, a beautiful group, beautiful charity. And I was one of the people who raced forward and took the most expensive selfie of my life, right? But I was joined along with nearly 100 other people, right? Like right then and there, in 30 to 40 seconds, you created all of that value right there. 100 people, $2,500, do the math. And that was one of like 1,000 different things. And so the superpower of influence is present in everything that you do. And it could be used for raising money for charities. It could be used to support your business. It could be used to create new external relationships that you never had with anybody. And I credit the formula. I credit Sean as my mentor for doing what he's done. He's changed the trajectory of my life merely by saying, hey, there's this thing and it's a formula. And if you don't apply it, I'm going to electrify you until you do, out of love. And I've done it, and this thing works. It is an unbelievable results-based system that is transferable. And I know that because he transferred it to me.
Michael and I co-created, in Michael's clip, he says this, 2 top 100 national jury verdicts, one of only 2 firms in the nation to do that between 2014 and 16. I had the privilege of handing that man $1 million bonus check. It was my honor and privilege.
That happened. And now I get to hear my kids running in the backyard of the house that I bought with that check. And so I have just amazing gratitude for this man, for what he has done. So when he says, hey, there's a formula, do it, it'll change your life. Like, that is not shtick. That is not pitch. That is not closed. That is legit. It's real. It's the real thing.
Yeah. Well, none of that would have happened without him. Nick, love you. Any final word?
You brought tears to my eyes. I mean, the thing is, we can talk about money. We can talk about relationships, but $1 million check, it allows you to buy a house that your kids have grown up in. That's life-changing. Those are memories that they will share the rest of their lives. It is the kind of ultimate gift. So it's a beautiful thing.
And this house we're in, 22 years ago, I was in debt, $100,000 in debt, going blind. I had no money whatsoever, started my own law firm on a credit card, and bought this house less than a year later. Had my son's first birthday party up here. He's now 22, tears pouring down my face because exactly that. It's not about money. It's about the magic, the impact, the co-creation, the space. We don't own this beach house. We're not sitting here. All this is not happening. And we love you guys. We appreciate you being here today. And the biggest challenge, though, and Michael Smike, and let's see if you get this right, is we're all blind, Michael.
And just learning to see.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Love you. Take care. Great job.